Welcome back, focused learners, to another explainer. Today, we're looking at a pretty massive paradigm shift in our source material. We are going to break down the exact architecture that transforms Claude from a simple conversational chatbot into a high-performance orchestration platform. So if you've ever found yourself wondering how AI workflows actually scale up to an enterprise level, well, you are in exactly the right place.
I want you to picture this scenario. You're deep in the zone on a massive coding session. You've fed the AI dozens of files, pages of documentation, and just endless instructions. And then, suddenly, it starts hallucinating. It's forgetting earlier instructions, it's hitting hard limits, and it all just grinds to a halt. So the big question is, how do you maintain perfect context across a 100,000+ token conversation without completely losing your mind? That massive bottleneck, the memory loss, those hard context limits, that's exactly what we're solving today.
All right, let's dive right in. We all know the old, manual way of using AI. We treat it like a simple Q&A tool. You ask a question, it gives you a little code snippet, you paste it in. But what we are looking at today is a total shift to an autonomous development platform. We're moving from just a single brain answering questions to a comprehensive rocket-powered engine that automates, delegates, and optimizes complex tasks for you.
Welcome to the Advanced Workflow Engine. Now, to actually pull off this incredible leap in productivity, this architecture relies on 4 absolutely crucial modules. Think of them as the load-bearing pillars that support complex, multi-step, parallel tasks.
Here is our roadmap for the explainer. First, we'll tackle intelligent context management. Second, we'll explore custom slash commands. Third, compaction and token optimization. Fourth, subagents. And finally, we'll tie it all together in the enterprise workflow. Let's get to it.
Starting with Module 1, Intelligent Context Management, or as it's perfectly described, the invisible memory engine. Think of Claude's memory like a physical workspace, like a massive desk. If you just grab every single document you own and throw it onto that desk, well, there's literally no room left to actually work. Context management is this invisible engine that dynamically juggles all of this. It intelligently manages your files, your history, and your tools to maintain complete coherence. It essentially makes sure Claude only remembers exactly what matters for the specific task at hand, without overflowing that context window. It totally prevents those frustrating moments where the AI just suddenly forgets your core instructions.
So here's how that actually operates under the hood. Step 1 is simply understanding the components, so knowing exactly what is taking up space in the memory. Step 2 is viewing your usage, which gives you a real-time monitor of your context window. Step 3 introduces manual control, meaning you can explicitly tell Claude what to keep and what to drop. But step 4, you guys, this is where the magic happens: intelligent loading. Claude will automatically load relevant files based on the natural flow of your conversation. It literally reads the context of your prompt and pulls the necessary files into memory on its own, keeping its focus incredibly sharp.
All right, moving right along to our second module, Custom slash Commands, which are basically shortcuts for complex workflows.
So if context management was all about memory, slash commands are all about pure speed. We have got to eliminate the bottleneck of writing out a 5-paragraph prompt every single time you want to review code or run a test suite. Slash commands are customizable shortcuts that you create right there in your local .claude commands directory. With just a single keystroke, they trigger complex, multi-step workflows. We're talking about turning a massive manual setup process into instant executable action.
Let's actually map a few of these commands to real enterprise functions. Just look at how easily you can orchestrate your whole day. You type /review, and boom, it triggers a comprehensive code analysis, identifies files, and generates a formatted report. /test automatically figures out the test scope and runs your test suite. /deploy orchestrates a deployment with safety checks, and /fix hunts down and repairs bugs. And the best part? It's all entirely customizable. Let's zoom in on the sheer power of just one of these, the /deploy command. When you run a dry run deployment with literally one keystroke, Claude parses the environment, runs pre-deployment checks, executes a security scan, prepares your database migrations, simulates the entire deployment, and then verifies the deployment health. It hands you back a summary telling you exactly how many migrations are going to run and what the estimated downtime is. Complete safety, all before you push a single line of real code.
Module 3, Compaction and Token Optimization. This one is all about maximizing your efficiency.
This module is designed to stop massive token waste dead in its tracks. Compaction is this brilliant process of intelligently compressing long conversations. It saves tokens, but more importantly, it preserves the critical information you need for those extended coding sessions. When developers get into marathon, multi-hour sessions, hitting hard limits is basically inevitable. Compaction solves this by synthesizing the history, keeping the vital context, and just tossing out all the conversational fluff.
And the numbers here are just mind-blowing. In a standard 2-hour development session, you might start with a massive original footprint of 187,432 tokens. But after you run compaction, that count shrinks all the way down to just 8,943 tokens. It takes this abstract idea of token waste and grounds it in a very stark reality.
Yep, that is a 95.2% savings in token usage. 95.2%. I mean, this isn't just some minor tweak. This is an absolute foundational requirement for enterprise efficiency. It proves that you can maintain deep, highly contextual workflows all day long without paying for millions of redundant tokens.
Which naturally brings us to our fourth module, Subagents and Parallel Task Execution. If everything we've talked about so far was about optimizing a single AI worker, this module is where we bring in the divide and conquer approach. Subagents are parallel AI agents that Claude dynamically spawns to handle complex workflows at the exact same time. Instead of painfully tackling one aspect of a problem, finishing it, and moving to the next, Claude delegates. This upgrades your AI from a single brilliant brain working alone into an entire collaborative team, all coordinated to finish your project way faster.
Here is the life cycle of that parallel teamwork in action. Step 1, you just configure their permissions right there in your config.json file. Step 2, Claude automatically spawns them based on your complex request. Step 3 lets you actually monitor their progress in real time. In Step 4, you can view their distinct outputs. Step 5 is where it gets crazy. The subagents actually collaborate and communicate with each other to make sure their work aligns perfectly. And finally, in Step 6, they complete the execution and hand that final polished result right back to you.
And finally, Module 5, the enterprise workflow. Let's put all of this together. Okay, so we have intelligent context, /commands, compaction, and parallel subagents. Let's look at a real-world scenario focusing on enterprise feature development. This is where we prove that these 4 modules combined are far, far greater than the sum of their parts. We're going to track a massive request across a 2-hour session just to see how this orchestration platform handles the heavy lifting.
Walk through this timeline with me. At minute 1, you drop the initial request. Say you're building a brand new microservice. Claude instantly spawns subagents to handle the database, the API, and the front end all in parallel. By minute 30, during a mid-session check, the context is perfectly managed. Only the relevant files are actively loaded. At minute 60, you start hitting a token ceiling, so you run context optimization. Compaction kicks in, saving you 95% of your tokens, so you don't even have to break your flow. At minute 90, the subagents finish up, and you use your /test command for instant completion and testing. Finally, at minute 120, you use your /deploy command to run a dry run Docker deployment, verify all the security checks, and safely push to staging. That is seamless orchestration from start to finish.
Which really leaves us with one final, pretty provocative thought. After seeing the sheer power of context management, custom commands, unbelievable token compaction, and parallel subagents, are you still just chatting with AI? Or are you ready to start orchestrating it? Think about how you can apply these modules to your own projects today. Thank you so much for joining me on this Explainer Focused Learners. Keep building, keep optimizing, and I will see you in the next one.